folks, Mike and McGee here. We're needing to dig our potatoes desperately, but the rain just pounds us. I mean, we had serious flooding last night. There's no way we can do it. When one door closes, another door opens. And in Tennessee, that means mushrooms grow like mad when it's wet in July, August, September. Really year round. We have wintertime mushrooms too. But as you can see, we've got mushrooms that are extremely easy to find, and there is no way to mistake them for, well, I say no way. Some people can mistake them for poisonous, but in this video, I'm going to show you the difference between a chanterelle and a jack-o'-lantern. A chanterelle is not easy to confuse with a jack-o'-lantern. This looks nothing like a jack-o'-lantern mushroom. A jack-o'-lantern mushroom looks like this right here. They grow in clusters, they're smooth, they're round. They're nothing like this right here, and they don't grow all spread out like this right here. So be assured you're safe. If you're eating one that looks like this, he's safe and he is good. Now right here in this pathway, we've got a lot of exposed dirt. What that means is when the rain comes down hard, it splashes it up on the backside of the mushroom. And when it does that, it makes it a little bit hard to clean. So in the case like this, we will pick the biggest ones and we'll leave the rest because they're so difficult to clean. And we're going to go into the woods where the leaves keep the dirt from splashing off up onto the mushrooms. As you can see right here off to the side, we have a big one growing here. Look at once I break off the root system of him, and I should do it with a knife. If you try to tear it with your fingers, it just rips very rough, and it's also hard to clean. Cut it with a knife and it's smooth, but look at the base. Look at the base of these. Clean, beautiful, easy to wash up and get ready to eat. And if you get into this, you'll find out that is a concern. One of the greatest things I love about these mushrooms is ease of finding them. I'm telling you, they're so easy to find. Let's face it, you've got to have eyes like a hawk to find morels. You just do. These here, they're blaze orange. Blaze orange is used in any situation where man wants to be highly visible, such as road construction signs, cones in the road, hunting orange so people don't mistake you for a deer. So I'm going to say the chanterelle mushroom is by far my favorite. So at this point, we've pretty well got the big ones that's right here in this path. We're going to hit the woods and we're going to find a few more. Let's go get it. All right, this here is a bolete mushroom, and you can tell, I'm gonna save the stem, throw in there. You can tell a bolete, it's got the color. Now there are some yellow ones out there, and there's all kinds of boletes, but they have pores, they don't have gills. It's just round cylinders up in there. Take your knife and just peel those pores off like this right here. And this is a small one. There is a version called a king bolete that is quite large and has a lot of meat. But see how this just separates so easy like this? Then you can probably eat the pores, I don't know. I've always just done this to get the prime mushroom out of it, but look at that. Now that right there, all good, absolutely delicious, delicious mushroom. This is a very bright spot in the woods right here. This, you saw us last year cut down a big dead oak that died right there. It fell right here. We cleaned it all up. That allowed light to come through the canopy. That's one place that I like to go and check when I'm out hunting mushrooms, because a lot of times I have discovered that these chanterelles, they do like to grow in a place that's been freshly opened up. So keep that in mind when you're out hunting. But mainly what you're going to do is you're going to learn the places where the patches are, And you can go back there year after year, and they'll always be there if the conditions are right and you're getting good rain. You'll find them. These leaves really keep these clean. Okay, that's the yellow kind of bolete I was telling you about. So you see this, yellow as it can be, it doesn't look good at all. And some of them, although they're edible, are quite bitter. This one's fairly bitter, so it's not one that I probably will keep. Plus it's getting old, but it bruises. When you bruise it, it turns certain colors, and different ones are different. There's one out there that's yellow that bruises blue and looks awful, but it is the best tasting mushroom around. What you got there, boy? That is a king bolete. Wow, bring that over and show me. Boy, he's been there maybe a little too long. I don't know. I'm gonna check him out. Yeah, been there too long. When they start looking like this on top, starting to mold a little bit. If we could have found him a few days ago, he would have been a dandy. But he's done been eat up by the bugs. Completely eat up. But you can see how thick the good part was on him. But he's no good now. But that is a king. That's the big boy. All right, here's an oak tree right here that went down yesterday afternoon. I was sitting over there doing some editing, and kaboom, it was coming a big rain, the wind was blowing, and this thing was full of this punky wood, which really isn't that good for a whole lot. We're thinking, he told me what we should do is try to let it become a chicken mushroom stump. And we have some chicken mushrooms we have access to we could bring over here and get the spores started in this. In the next year or two, we might be making mushrooms. This old punky stuff is pretty good if you let it get good and dry. It's pretty dry now. Put your little lighter fluid on there and it is an absolute great fire starter. But that's about all it's good for. The rest of this tree I'm hoping is pretty solid. We'll cut it up for wood pretty soon. Well, it's time to go to the next patch, but Joel, he's kind of worked himself full. You got a nice bunch, my goodness. Well, we lack 3 buckets of having enough to do whatever we want to do. So we'll just head on out. Joel, you're the winner. Boys, we better get to work. Caleb's got my bucket, that's why he's got 2. And you see my bucket don't have any more than his. All right, boys, let's go find some more. There you go. My goodness, that's some nice ones. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. There's some monsters, son. Show me that big one. There's a couple big ones there. Wow-wee. That is Hee-Haw's daddy. Mm-hmm. You got your boxes full, Joe?
Not all the way.
Close. All right, folks, here you can see what we got. We got pretty much 4 gallons here. These are 1 gallon ice cream containers. As you can imagine, we go through some ice cream around here. We like ice cream better than mushrooms, don't we, boys? But anyway, notwithstanding, this was free and better for you. And I tell you what, whenever there's free food in the woods, it's really good for you. That's what I go after. And to me, there's nothing better in the wintertime when there's nothing growing much, just to go open up a jar and eat some good old mushrooms. We put these things in any kind of soup. I really like certain kinds of soup, like pizza soup, piquant, stuff like that. Maybe this winter when we get to cooking some soup type things, we'll show you some pizza soup recipes and different stuff like that. If you're wanting to see these canned, I don't think I'm gonna have time to make a canning video with these. If you want to see how we can them, just drop down in the descriptions and possibly even in the head of the comments, I'll leave a link to the video where we canned a bunch not too long ago. But you'll see a marked difference in the size of the boys back then. But anyway, that's all we got for you today. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.